Bonjour YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Before we get right into the video, make sure to like and subscribe. In today's video, we've got a very interesting car to look at. It's not one we've had on the channel before, it's a friend of ours as well, so we're going to go through that. Before we do, Ed has welcomed his firstborn to the world, so get in the comments below and wish him all the best. Give him some advice for any fathers out there, that'd be much appreciated. I'm sure he'll like that. The title of this video will have given away what the car is, but we're going to get into that shortly, so stay tuned and enjoy the video, guys. So without further ado then, let's show you the car, and there it is. So as you can see, this is a 1998 BMW 740i. This car is a bit of a story as to why our friend bought it. So a couple of weeks ago, we went down to the Venga World car meet. I think it's Castle car meet. And there were a lot of old BMs there. And we went to the pub afterwards, and there was a 7 hidden away in a car park around the corner. I think it was a council block car park, wasn't it? It was council block, hidden away, and Justin was like, I love it. Half a pint later, Autotrader came out, and this 7 Series just here was the cheapest one on Autotrader. It was there. It's a one-owner car. I think the past 2 years it's had an interesting life. It's not perfect, it needs some TLC, but it's 98, what's that? 25 years old? 26 years old. Our maths isn't our best in this channel. So it needs a bit of TLC, but we've been out and about in it, and it is an incredible bit of kit. So let's walk around it now, let's talk about it more in detail, and everyone give your thoughts to it in the comments as we go around it. So let's start talking about the car itself then, shall we? And the first place to start is the engine. So let's pop the hood, the bonnet I should say, and let's have a look at that quickly. Whilst we're here, just the interior on this thing is absolutely in unbelievable condition. But let's pop the bonnet and let's have a look under there. First thing as well, on the bonnet release, it is a very lovely little handle just to pull it up. And there is the money shot. So this is the 4.4 V8 petrol. And to be honest with you, it's not in that bad a nick. It's relatively clean. I think there has been some seepage, but it's not in bad condition whatsoever. And it's a big old unit. Whilst we're on the subject of the engine, it's 280-ish horsepower. I don't know how much of that's left now. But it's still very smooth, got a lot of torque, it's a big V8. It's not the most economical car in the world. We've discovered that on our little jaunts out that we've been in it. We were getting 7 miles to the gallon in the city at one point, but that's going up now, so hopefully that changes. It has had to have some oil as well since the pickup. But speaking of the pickup, that's a funny story in itself. What we'll do is I will talk about the pickup in another location. Oh, sorry, let me just turn off the classic FM. There we go, what a classy place to be. We're going to be descending through this multi-storey car park. So I thought, why not talk about what the car's like to drive whilst we go round and around. Also, whilst I'm here, it might be worth talking about how we came across this car and the people, the lovely chaps that we bought it from, which was an experience in itself. We ended up going to, it was Ilford. I believe it was Ilford. where the car had been street parked for probably a good 2 or 3 weeks. The battery was dead, but I think it's fair to say that as soon as both I and Justin saw the car, I think Justin fell in love with it and I was pretty enamoured by it straight away. We managed to have a good look around it. It's got a few spots on it, as a 25-year-old odd car would do, but that is no bad thing. It is, as you can see, the easiest and smoothest thing to drive in the world. It's got it's got proper hydraulic steering, which makes it very nice and smooth and just easy to drive. The suspension is buttery soft, so you don't feel any bumps, you don't feel any lumps. The car itself, it doesn't bang, it doesn't crash, it is in a good state of affairs from a driving experience. And I'm saying that as we're driving around a multi-storey car park. What we'll do is we'll get out onto the road in a second and we'll carry on the chat more then. Made it out of the multi-storey now after descending 57,000 floors. We're just going to go for a little drive around the local area. Now, obviously, I'm not a BMW guy. Tomo is. We've had the M3 on the channel before. I think now, having driven this, been a part of the buying experience of this, it's definitely made me a bit more of a BMW guy. This car itself, then again, just to recap, BMW 740i in silver. It is full James Bond spec. I don't look very James Bond today in my hoodie, but it is very much the Pierce Brosnan GoldenEye, I think it's in. GoldenEye, the remote control one. It's very much that spec. Obviously, this is the V8, it's not the big V12, which, to be honest with you, is probably a good thing in this day and age of how much petrol costs. Oh, 1 second, I'm just navigating a Fiat 500, making the mind up. Oh, yeah, here we go, knew that was going to happen. It's a very easy car to drive, as you can see. It's massive. It is a bit of a land yacht, but I don't think that's a bad thing. We are navigating the streets of East London with ease currently. This car, like I said earlier on, it needs some TLC. We are trying to uncover the world of BMW-ness. If there's anybody who's had experience of owning a 740i, please get in the comments below and let us know goods, the bads, the uglies, get spare parts from, everything. Justin's intention with this car is to not make it perfect, but tweak some little bits to it that are wrong, get some of the bits which are broken fixed, which we'll go into in a second, and go from there really. Of East London. First, I want to say what an absolutely incredible place this interior is to sit, and it is a very comfortable place. It's proper old school luxury. They don't make them like this anymore. The seats are spectacularly comfortable. It's so quiet in here. Even though it's got a big V8 rumbling around, it's a nice sound to hear. For a car that is 20-something odd years old, it is still very well put together. There's no squeaks really. I mean, I'm on here a little bit, but not hugely. It's so easy to drive. The wood is lovely. There are a couple of problems though, which are on the list to get fixed. Firstly, the old sat-nav unit has gone kaput, and the CD-ROM that was used to run the system has died. What that meant was that it actually stayed on permanently, which killed the battery. So we've had to jump start the car a few times. We've now taken the old unit out and we're trying to find a new used unit. So if anybody knows where we can find one of those, please let us know in the comments, or sell us one, please. The other problem, which is a bit, I think will be a bit more complex, will be the sunroof. Now we're told the sunroof does open but doesn't close. There are signs of a little bit of water ingress. I'm guessing the seal is gone. But if anybody has any tips on how we can fix the sunroof, make sure that it's sealed and it's not going to leak as we come into the winter months, please again let us know below. Lorries everywhere here. The interior is a spectacular place to be. I cannot fault it, and it is so much better than modern cars, even to the fact it's got, hello sir, hello, yes sir, its own in-car telephone still. That's a bit of nostalgia for you. good, the bad and the ugly, my favourite bits and non-favourite bits. I love how analogue this car is, how old school it is. It's great, just and very relaxing to drive and just nice. Everything in the interior is tactile and nice to press and everything like that. It comes to the bad side as well, because then things are breaking, like the sat nav is a bit, yeah, it's just showing its age a little bit, but that's only a good thing in my opinion. And also the maintenance on the car moving forwards, obviously parts will break because it's getting older, so it's just being wary of that. One thing I will pick out is that this car has an original tape deck in it, and when the car was purchased it also came with tapes. So at the moment there is a Led Zeppelin tape in the cassette player, and it sounds fantastic, to be honest with you, it really does. I'll leave the video there. Make sure to get in the comments, guys, if you can help us with any advice on the car. Make sure to wish Ed a bon baby arrival, and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.